Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Phay, and welcome to the channel. So, where do owls go to buy their baby clothes? The owlet malls. Today, we're taking a look at Marvel United Spider-Geddon. Now, if you like Marvel United, which I do, I love Marvel United. Okay, this is just going to add a lot more, well, spidery stuff, Spider-Man type stuff. All right. I mean, you got Scarlet Spider, you got Peter Parker, you got Spider-Punk, just a lot more spider stuff that you're going to be added to this one right here. Now, this is by Spin Master Games, and come on. All right. And there's a whole bunch of these that are out there. But I'll tell you what, what's inside this one? I don't know yet. But let's go down to the table. Let's open it up and let's see what's on the inside. All right, folks, here we go. This is Marvel United. This is the Spider-Geddon. All right, and it's from Spin Master Games. And come on. All right, and it looks like we're 1 to 5 players, and your age is 14 and up to play. And these are usually about a 30-minute game. I'm sure it'll say on the back, but oh, look at that artwork right there. Absolutely love it. Okay, now this is a game that's basically by, what is it, Eric Lang and Andrea Andrea C. We're going to go with that, but art is going to be by Eduardo Guillotin, and I believe he's the same one that does the DC one as well. All right, on the back side, let's take a look at this. What are we going to get inside this box? Okay, we're going to get Scarlet Spider. We're going to get Peter Parker, Spider-Punk, Silk, Symbiote Spider-Man, the Spider Noir. Man, I cannot talk today. Superior Spider-Man. It's going to be your bad guys. Anti-Venom, Spot, and Morlum are going to be your bad guys, rounding them off. So let's open this guy up and let's see what all this stuff looks like. And let's take a look at those bad guys cards. But most importantly, a lot of you might just want to take a look at those miniatures. Okay. And if you're really good at painting, I got to go take a look at the painted miniatures because, well, you know what? I'm not really good at painting. So I never paint them. Oh, okay. Get this thing opened up. And there we go. All right, you're going to get your free CMON content right there. And let's take a look at this rulebook really fast. This is going to be the Spider-Geddon one. Now, I do like the fact that they do have that nice little stitching to the bindings of these books. They seem to hold up very well. Okay, but all of your contents, we're just going to flip through this. I think pretty much every one of these rule books is pretty much identical, except for they just change all the pictures for that one particular set and maybe add a couple little things in there if this set happens to be something a little bit different. And I know I've covered a couple of these sets already, or at least one, I believe, of these sets. All right. Okay. Got our additional rules. Of course, you know, that's always going to change just a little bit. All right. We got the Commander solo mode, Supervillain versus Commander solo mode. And we're going to have our rule summary on the back of the book. Very cool. I do like that. Let's get that off to the side. Now, for our tokens, okay, they're all going to be same, pretty much both sides, except for civilians are going to be on the back side of those ones. All right, no reason to not do that. And then, of course, the other tokens you're going to get, ooh, those might be a little different. A, B, C, D, E, and F. Yeah, so you don't know what those are going to be. Oh, yeah. Can't wait to see who that is going to affect. Now, get that cover off. I do like the way they do these, okay? Because everything seems to hold in here really, really well. The thing is, you just have so many of these sets, they take up a lot of your shelf space. But that's okay. Now, let's see if we can get this thing opened up. All right. It's a little piece of plastic, and it is like winning the battle right now. But you know what? I lose to plastic, it seems like, all of the time. Okay, now, these are going to be our little boards. Okay, I do like how it shows the locations up there, so that way, if you mix them, you kind of know which ones are what. All right, so we'll take a look at each location. You got your end of turn effect, and you look what may happen to those particular locations. Okay, and you can see, of course, where it's at and how many tokens are going to start the game in those locations. Horizon Labs. Spider-Man. That's one of the things, man. Knowing where to end your turn, because based on the bad guy and how far he may be moving, what bad things are going to happen to at particular locations as you're moving around the board. You know, all that comes into play. Okay, get that opened up. Now, we are going to get, there's, of course, your villain dashboard and your different unlocks you're going to have. All right, and we're going to have our villains. Okay, so we're going to have the Superior Spider-Man. There's going to be his. And There's his front side. Moreland. All right. And there is his setup. Ooh, Spot. And there we go. And then Anti-Venom right there. Very nice. Okay. Now, our little miniatures we're going to get. Yeah, take a look at those little miniatures. I know we all love these miniatures. And I don't even know why I'm showing you the miniatures. I'm looking at them myself basically for the first time because, well, you guys have probably, more than likely, have already seen these online painted, you know, and they do such a suit. People, oh my gosh, there's some amazing, amazing painters out there. All right. That, yeah, those all look way better than anything I'm going to show you here. But for those of you that may not have actually seen what's out there, look at that guy. Oh, yeah. If you haven't seen him out there, this is your chance. Okay, very cool. And I will say they just do a fantastic job with these molds. Oh yeah, I love that one, man. Got that guitar rocking out. That is totally cool. That is really, really cool. All right, let's see if we can get this one out there. Oh yeah. Very cool. All right, slide that one back in there, and I like this one right there. Oh yeah, is that the Spider Noir? Clinging to that wall. Very sweet. All right, and there we go. Okay, so that's going to be all of those. Now let's take a look at our cards. So let's start with our little minis. That way I can just kind of put them right back down on the bottom when we're done. All right. Okay. So what do we got? We got our battle plans. All right, and then we're going to have our character cards. All right, and you know what? I didn't even look at we got the exhausted part too, but you know what? We're just going to look at these front sides. We're going to take a look at them, see what you got. All right, and then our battle plans. Okay. Oh man, and I'm glad I got picked these to set up because it's been a while since I played this game, and I do like grabbing these new sets and playing those. Here, I'll tell you what, we'll just go really fast. Okay, you remove this card from the game. Oh yeah, so if it's exhausted, that's basically what you're doing. At the beginning of your turn, you can discard one action token and flip this one back up. So some of them are going to have some abilities and some ways to get them back. So, all right, let's take a look at our bad guys. Let's see what we have for their cards. Yeah, and playing through these different sets is actually kind of nice because it kind of always changes the game up. Okay, makes them just a little bit different. All right, let's see if we can get some of these cards out of my hand. So, of course, you're going to have basically your regular Superior Spider-Man's versions, okay, for his cards. All right, you're going to have your challenge card, your hard challenge card. Okay, then we got our superhero cards. Okay, pause if you want to take a closer look at these. And there you go. Okay, so let's just put those back down the bottom. Now here, what are we going to have? We're going to have our different characters. Okay, so let's put him off to the side. All right, put him right there. And then we're going to have this one here. Okay, but let's take a look at our supervillain cards. So, again, like I said, pause if you want to take a closer look at them. I'll just give you a second on each one of these. All righty. Now, let's take a look at our bad guys. Okay, now we got our Spider Bot army. Okay, we got a couple of those. A couple of those. A couple of, what is that? Unstable behavior. All right. And not a little bit changes on these. Dealing with all those BAMs. All right, and then we got, of course, his super nasty cards. All right, let's take a look here. What do we have? Oh, I do love the artwork in these. All right, yeah, and all the different hit points they're going to have. All right, Mr. Moreland, how are you going to be dispersing stuff? his special ability cards, and there you go there. All right, and we just got a couple more here. Starting master plan. Oh, and the anti-venom. Oh, let's take a look at that when we get to it. All right, so we got our camouflage. Okay, body cleansing. And our power negation. Now, anti-venom. Yeah, see, move clockwise. He's just constantly moving clockwise, moving counterclockwise to go into where the heroes are, man. So he's just bouncing where the heroes are on those cards. That's just nasty. He's always going to show up in your spot and just make life miserable for you. Now, our last little dude. Okay, attack from the spotted dimension. Okay, 3 of those. You cannot escape. And 3 of those. And then what is old Spotty doing here? Yeah, move to location with the A spot. Okay, so that's where those tokens have the A, Bs, and whatnot. So those are going to be put on the board probably randomly, and he's just bouncing to those, and you're not really sure where he's going to go. So he's not moving a set number. He's just moving to a token. So he's going to be really hard to determine. You got your little cube here you're going to use for tracking. Oh, yeah, he looks like he's going to be tough. But then again, just him bouncing those tokens may be a little easier because, you know, that may be a 1, 2, or a 3 move. You really have no idea where it's going to be. Okay. So what do we got here? We got our starting hand for our 4 characters. Let's split these in half. Okay. And then we're going to, of course, have our starting hand there. Starting hand. All of these are starting hand. So we got, yeah. Okay, we got Mr. Spider-Punk and his guitar. Man, he's just out there just a metal thrashing, isn't he? Okay. All right, and his special cards. What was that? 15,000 watts of punk power. Punk rock. Okay. Punk power is the same too. All right. See, and man, I grew up listening to a lot of punk rock, so I'm going to like playing him. There we go. His special cards. I do like Spider-Man Noir. All right. He's got a lot of specialty cards too. Penna Parker. Interesting. That's cool artwork. Oh, yeah. That one right there. She's got her little robot. Yeah, very nice. Yeah, Penna Parker's got a lot of little specialty cards. She's cool. And Symbiote. I'm probably saying that word. It's one of those words I always say wrong. Oh, man, I got to stop looking. I keep looking at all this artwork. You're like, move, Ray. Draw a card. Show me another card. And I'm looking at all the artwork. Oh, yeah. Okay. And we got our last couple here. What do we got? Silk. Okay, what's Silk going to do for her cards? Spider Agility Claws. All right. And here's our superior Spider-Man Final Understanding. All right. There's a couple right here. And then the Scarlet Spider. You know, there is a lot of spider dudes out there. That's one thing I will say about Spider-Man. There is a lot of spider dudes out there. All right. And then, of course, Anti-Venom. Take a look at his cards. And there you go. All right. And that is it, folks. That is everything you're going to get inside this set. So let's make sure we get all this stuff put back in there. So it looks like this is going to come right down here on the bottom. Let's put these right here on the top. Okay. And this. Oh, did I show? Oh, no. Yeah, I went through those figures. I went through them first. Okay. All right. Just making sure we saw the figures. All right. So get that in there. That's going to hold everything in place. Let's get these tokens boards put back in there. All right. And let's see if we can get that rule book put back in there with our link to our free stuff from Come On. And everything fits in there. Nice. All right, folks. And there you go. That is Marvel United Spider-Geddon and what you're going to get inside this box. Ooh, I like the looks of this one. This one looks like it's going to be a whole lot of fun. All right, let's head up top and let's close this out. All right, folks, there you go. That is the Marvel United Spider-Geddon set. And I'll tell you what, if you like Spider-Man and you don't get enough Spider stuff in Marvel United, you like this game, you really need to get this set because it's Spider-Geddon. It's more Spider. It's Spider, 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 Spider. There is so much Spider-Man stuff out there. It's ridiculous. But if you're a Spider-Man fan, you're just in heaven. Okay. And I do like Spider-Man. Spider-Man's a lot of fun. Okay. Love the different sets you get in here. The Peter Parker looks really cool looking. I love that miniature. And oh, cannot wait to get this one to the table. Well, thank you once again for joining me today. As always, I please ask you like this video on YouTube, Board Game Geek, Facebook, or even on X. Please leave me a comment on any one of those platforms, and I'll get to those comments as soon as I can. And also, folks, if you like the videos that I do here, if you haven't done so already, I humbly ask you to click on that subscription button and even click on the bell and be notified when I drop new videos. And if you like the videos I do here, I also post videos over on the Discriminating Gamers channel. Over there, I'll do some unboxings, playthroughs, and reviews. I'll leave a link to Cody's channel in the details below. So why did Dracula lie in the wrong coffin? He made a grave mistake.